Bronwyn?
It's a mock Olympics.
Mock Olympics. Love it.
Either way, it's poetry.
Part of this is that slam poetry, spoken word poetry, same thing.
Still poetry.
Still poetry. It's just that slam is a format that we do spoken word in. So maybe a good question to ask here as well is, what is spoken word? Does anyone have an answer for that? Is it poetry? Is it... I mean, I think for me what's really interesting... Yeah?
Or like performed poetry.
Performed poetry, right. What I find really interesting about spoken word is that it exists between different things. It's like this gray area, because we have poetry and then we have performance. And bringing them together allows for like new space, extra possibilities, and a kind of a way that you can, in some ways, do what you want. And if you've decided this is spoken word and this is what I think spoken word is, there's space to do that in spoken word. There's sometimes people do things that are more like monologue, and they say this is spoken word. Sometimes people do things that's more like music, but if it's spoken word, if that's how they define it, it can fit into the category. It's really flexible, and that's really interesting, I think, because we live in a world where things are constantly changing. But slam poetry, the difference, the specifics of it, and what we do with Throw Poetry Collective when we run our monthly slams, is that we perform spoken word within these specific guidelines. So we have like 3 minutes to perform whatever we want. There's randomly selected judges in the audience, and we're competing. So those judges will give us a mark, and what really works there is it makes us accountable to our audience. So things get really like high energy, and it's pretty awesome.